Welcome back to Mexico City, where a very enthusiastic crowd greets the NASCAR Busch Series drivers and the Corona Challenge later on today that Mauro Reyes and many other drivers will be competing in.
Big crowd.
And on track in the Motorola Telcel car is Michel Jourdain Jr., who is from Mexico City, and he becomes the first Latin American driver to compete in a full season in the NASCAR Busch Series. He has 2 Champ Car wins, competed in the Indy 500, and was a runner-up in Mexican Formula 2 back in 1995. Now, as he pointed out, this is a short track car switched over for road racing. It is not a purpose-built road course car. So what is this car lacking that the primary car, which he crashed, would have had?
Well, it's a lot of things. You can change your short track car over by A-frames and such, but really offset in the chassis, offset to the left on the oval, offset to the right on the road course. Technical things, little odds and ends that make it good or make it bad. Weight transfer, where there's weight boxes are, track bar mounts, any number of little things that make it difficult to switch one over, but obviously it can be done.
And I want to stick up for Michel because we watched his crash in the earlier part of the show, and I talked to his crew chief, Todd Gordon. What happened is we normally run a throttle stop on these cars. In other words, when the throttle's wide open, the throttle pedal goes against a solid stop. This car that he wrecked did not have one, and the throttle actually hung on the floor mat inside the race car, and that's the reason that he ended up getting into a crash. But I think the biggest thing, Mike, the car was just not set up for a road course, and it's a significant change in setup. Yeah,
this car's sliding all over. Well, not all. He's doing a good job with this car. You can tell he's a good road racer. But I noticed in that crash, his rear tires continued to spin after it hit the fence. I wondered why now. I know.
Now, when Larry says floor mat, don't think of the mat in your car that you use to keep dirt and junk off the carpets.
Yeah, it's a heat insulated mat. The exhaust run right under your feet, so it's to try to insulate that heat from coming up to your feet, and that's what the throttle pedal hung on.
And drivers, when they're trying to get speed out of the car, they push it down just a little wee bit further than anybody else has.
Now, he used all that little extra bit of bonus pavement out there.
Knows the track. See, if you didn't know the track, you might not get out wide like that on that pavement out there. But he knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing.
Mike, you may have mentioned he is a go or go home. He just needs a good solid lap. You see the fans there on their feet. Looks decent to complete his lap.
Looks pretty decent.
Jourdain finished 9th in a Champ Car race here last fall. It's good.
Yeah.
4th fastest. For Michel Jourdain, he will race tomorrow.
I'm going to watch his crash from yesterday. After the car hits the fence, watch the rear tires. Here he comes in there, and you can tell he's way fast. Now watch the rear tires. See him still spinning?
He was okay, but the road course car had to go up in the trailer, and they trotted out the backup. So I'd say that's an extremely good lap for a short track car converted over as a backup.
He did a really good job driving the car around the track. I was very impressed.
And he's the fastest so far of the cars that they have to get in on.
Fernandez leaves him just enough room. Has the line in 2. Oh, Michel Jourdain.
That's big. Caution is out.
He's crashed hard.
Looks like down here in 7 and 8.
Turn 8. You see 2 flags in use, the yellow flag, which is the caution flag, and the blue flag, which usually in road racing means a faster car is coming up on you. Here, NASCAR has instructed the drivers the blue flag would be used to indicate sand, fluid, or some other problem on the course. Here's the lead change. Jourdain goes behind the wall. And under this caution flag, we're told that David Stremme, who is suffering from a bit of the flu, will be replaced by J.J. Yaley, whose car is already out of the race.
Now, this is what's interesting about these cautions. We were talking, as you see, Martin Truex Jr. in the 8 car, and the cars behind him, Fernandez in the 5, Mill in the 32, Reed Sorensen in the 41. They are about 5 or 6 laps away from their window. Pitting right here necessarily would not do them any good unless they would be banking on the fact they could get enough cautions to buy them the distance. They didn't really, these guys they did not want this caution flag right here.
Well, you know what you got to do then, if that's the case, stay out until it's one to go.
Because we heard Matt Yoakum talking to Bono Mannion, Martin Truex Jr.'s crew chief. He can run about 34, 35 laps. So when he pitted on lap 9, he needs to go to lap 44 to make that stop.
See the red with black flag, the X flag being waved. Pit road is pit road open?
No, it's not
open. I thought I saw the flag on the outside of turn 8 showing the drivers that pit road has not yet opened.
The longer they keep pit road closed, the better off for these guys. That's one more lap getting closer to their window.
Here's what happens to Michel Jourdain. He gets tagged by Carl Edwards.
Yep, that's Carl behind him in the 60.
Ouch. That's two hard hits this weekend for Jourdain.
Yeah, his throttle hung on him in practice Friday when he had a hard crash. That was a backup car.
38 laps complete, closing in on halfway under caution in Mexico.
Matt, unfortunately, I'm feeling the same thing down here on the other end of pit road. We're taking a look right now at Michel Jourdain's car. The crew is working very feverishly trying to get the front nose cut off, replace the radiator and everything to try to get him back out. Remember, they're running for points, and I know this is not exactly what Michel wanted to have happen to him today. It's not the way you wanted to kind of have your show as far as your hometown's concerned. What happened on the racetrack?
Well, as I went into the last corner, a black car, know who was that. I mean, he was far behind me, and when I drove into the corner, I knew he was inside me, but I gave him space inside of me, and he just still hit me. It's very slippery out there, and I think he just went straight into me.
As you can tell, he's pretty disappointed right now, but the crew is trying to get him back on the racetrack.
Thanks, Jeff. The driver that got into Jourdain was Carl Edwards. Here's
trouble down Larry. Turn 2, Larry. Round goes
the 10 of Michel Jourdain.
Caution is out.
The Kart Series driver and that unsponsor PPC Ford. He was in traffic there in the middle of one.
I don't think anybody got
bring it out around. Bring it to your pit box. Let's take a look at it.
He was racing amongst Joe Nemechek, Scott Riggs, and Aaron Fike when that happened, and tough break.
Let's get the.
He's trying to run the whole schedule this year.
There you see the 10 car. He just starts getting loose down in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and the back comes around, and no contact from anyone. Car was just real loose.
No, Scott Riggs had to whoa up and stay off him in that 30 and did so. And Jourdain put it pretty hard into the safer barrier.
I don't think we'll see a lot of cars pit here. You'll see another replay of it. Hard hit the outside wall, but if you need those adjustments, this would be a good time to make them because you may not get another chance for a while.
Well, Michel,
who is running almost as quickly as Jeff Burton right now.
Got trouble. The 10 car. Jourdain. Hard hit down in turn 4.
All right, let's get going.
5th caution of the day, and it comes at lap 98. Shane Meal will get a lap back.
Get it going. Hitch in the back. Hitch in the back.
And the Bear Creek Soups number 10 has heavy damage to the left side.
So yeah, Shane Mill, he'll get the free pass, so he'll be back on the lead lap.
Jourdain's spotter talking about someone hitting him. I'm not sure who. Maybe we'll see right here. Oh boy, the race leader.
He never hit him. He just got loose going off in the corner on a lot older tires and maybe trying to overdrive the car, trying to do what he needed to do, and that's stay out in front of that leader.
Yep, spotter was mistaken. There was no contact.
He was close, but he definitely did not hit that 10 car.
But that is a hard lick. Safer barriers installed here now at Bristol on the outer walls.
Stay down. Caution south. Caution south.
Jourdain brings his car to pit road, and crew will go to work on it.
Now, Matt Kenseth in the 17 stayed out. Remember, has not made a pit stop yet. Mike Wallace in the 6 finally comes to pit road here at lap 99.
Let's check with Steve on the leader.
And Mike, crew chief Kevin Hamlin just asked Jeff in the aftermath, hey, you didn't get into the back of him, did you? Jeff said, no, I never touched that white race car.
And he's right, Steve Burns. The replay showed it.
So that is caution number 5 as you look at what Stacy Compton saw driving through this. Compton's the third place car. Back to
41. They're in a little bit better shape than oh, got one around down here off turn 4.
Michel Jourdain, the 10 car.
He had such a great race coming from 40th up into the top 15.
38 got in that really, he got his whole front end knocked in as well.
Oh, and that car is pounded. Michel Jourdain, the open wheel veteran.
If you can, pull it straight to pit road. Come on down here. It needs a radiator.
Has clobbered the nose, and Tyler Walker has damage as well.
I tell you, I don't know if it's a full moon under the lights or what it is, but these guys are driving like there's no tomorrow.
Did that car just snap loose?
It sure looked like it.
Who just got by was our pole setter, Casey Kane, in the 6 car, who was back there after that bad pit stop.
Kevin Harvick, just watch Kevin Harvick's car.
Yeah, nobody touched Jourdain.
Doesn't appear.
Till now. Tyler Walker gets into him, and that sends him straight into the safer barrier.
Watch Harvick here. He's
Kevin Harvick
on the outside, and all of a sudden they're spinning. He says, uh-oh, I'm in the smoke. I'm in the, where are they?
Go low.
Good call.
He pretty much had to depend on that spotter.
He's doing a Tennessee waltz right there.
From Michael Waltrip, there goes the spin by Jourdain.
Well, that's a bad through when you look back and see him.
Tyler Walker, all steamed up about that one.
Pit road is open right now, but we're not seeing a lot of takers because most of our guys were on pit road just on this last caution, and we had a lot of them back on lap 28. But Greg Biffle leading this race right now. The 66 car has not been on pit road since lap 9.
And the most important thing is that Michel Jourdain is okay and climbing out after a hard hit. Tyler Walker's car goes to the garage. Jourdain a wave to the crowd. We'll check with Dick Berggren.
Well, Casey Kane had won the pole for tonight.
I'd squeeze up and let him get ahead of me.
Trouble front straightaway. Grinding crash.
Jamie McMurray, the 64 car caution is out.
And guess who's the lucky guy?
I'm not sure.
Meal.
Or
was he ahead
I think
of the
he
leader?
was. I don't know if he maybe is 2 laps down.
We'll see.
I think Neal is 2 laps down. He needed to get ahead of the leader there to get the pass.
You're right, Darrell. He needed to get ahead to be able to come around. But having trouble coming around is the 64 of Jamie McMurray.
Yeah, we're still rolling. We're still rolling.
Michel Jourdain in trouble.
I think that Michel will go home from this race saying, you know, that place is like no place I've ever been before.
He said that even before the race.
Because he's had a lot of problems tonight.
Here's our Yamaha Star Cam on board Jourdain.
And Michel's been up high trying to stay out of people's way, but I think he must have bounced it off the fence and got down into Jamie McMurray in the 64 car.
You'll see it right here.
Jamie. He's going to go to the I have taken another look at that.
But it definitely looked like what you just said, DW, that Jourdain bounced off the wall right back down into the 64 McMurray.
And he was coming down as Jamie was coming up, and there just wasn't any room.
There you go. There's a pretty good shot of it right there.
Pretty fortunate no other cars were involved because that was right up at the front of the pack.
Watch the 41 Reed Sorensen come along here on the high side.
What's going to happen is when the 10 gets down, he can't turn. And Reed was coming up on the outside, and the 10 couldn't turn and just about ran him up into the wall.
But the third place point man got away. So Jourdain will climb out of his fort and out of the race. And just to confirm, as you said, Justin Labonte will get the free pass. Shane Meal was 2 laps down, and he was not ahead of the leader, which would have allowed him to come around and make one of those laps up. So Matt Kenseth continues to lead from Kenny Wallace, Martin Truex Jr., David Stremme, and Jeff Burton.
Look. Backup car hit the wall hard. Look at this lick right here by Michel Jourdain in the 10 car. Hard and
himself and Clint Boyer. Trouble in turn 3. That's the 23 of Mark Green. Also Michel Jourdain having problems in the 10. A lot of contact with Michel Jourdain. The 23 of Mark Green, also his 200th career start in the Busch Series, made some significant contact with the outside wall.
A little bit strange there was Mark Green was crashing behind Michel Jourdain, and then Michel Jourdain at the same time he got into the wall in front of him. So the two were not associated with each other as far as getting into the wall, but they did happen simultaneously.
Well, we really don't know what precipitated this problem. So maybe they made contact, but it took Michel a little while longer to spin out.
True.
So we'll have to see if we can check a replay and maybe see what exactly caused these cars to get into the outside wall.
Mark Green having the window net down, that lets the safety crews know that he's all right.
There's Stanton 36 on the inside. Let's see. There's the 23. Looks like Michel Jourdain maybe locked the rear brakes up. He saw some black marks as his car turned sideways. As you mentioned, he was really ahead of the Mark Green car, the 23 car. Here's the 12 car, Timmy Feedawall. Look right up in front of him. See the 23. He went to the outside wall at an odd angle. I don't know exactly what he must have made some contact with another car to cause him to go to the wall at such an odd angle.
And a weird place on the track. It wasn't as such that he was already in the corner. He was just beginning to enter the corner. So it wasn't as though something cut down and he wasn't able to continue turning through the corner. We see Mark Green making his way into the safety ambulance. They'll take him into the infield care center. Check him out. Our 5th caution of the day has come out at Nashville as we near the halfway point. We will continue to get this one underway in the Federated Auto Parts 300. Holding on to the top spot. Let's take a look at why we're under this caution.
Remember, we talked about Mark Green must have had some contact to cause him to turn at such an odd angle. Let's see if we can take a look right there. You see, that's the 11 of Paul Menard. It looks like he gets into the back of the 23 of Mark Green. That's why it sends him to the outside like that. And subsequently, the 11 car of Paul Menard has been in the pits to do some work on the front end of his car. You see Michel Jourdain go right out of your view, getting sideways. Looked like he might have jammed on the brakes when you do.
Time here at the Kentucky Speedway. Problems coming out of turn 4 for Michel Jourdain Jr. There you see the 10 car spinning. It also brought in Chad Blunt.
Oh, we got a crash.
Jourdain got Michel Jourdain around. Cars diving down pit road. Jourdain through the grass. Caution is out.
And obviously these cars were running faster than 55 miles per hour, but that's okay. You can enter pit road at 180 to dodge, to avoid an accident, but you have to slow down as you go down pit road. You can't run down pit road at 180.
Jourdain was running 13th. Driver frustration there.
Yeah. Don't know what happened, but he's obviously unhappy with either himself or someone else.
Probably someone else.
Gonna go, 12 laps from the finish. Take a look, see what happened. There he is up top. There's Casey Kane down the bottom. And he's gonna slide up and get into him and turn him sideways and wreck him.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Right.
I'll tell you what, though, these guys have done a good job avoiding
they really have
multi-car wrecks tonight. Another look.
Ever see the 38 car Casey Kane just get in the left rear and turn the 10 car around, and when he corrected it, it goes back in the wall head on.
And Kane's lucky that Jourdain didn't turn him when they made contact.
Doesn't take much here either, getting in the back of somebody when you're in the corner.
Right along in the 25 car. Ashley Lewis.
Wow, he snuck through there.
Yes, he did. And here on board with Jourdain in the 10.
Here comes right here.
Wow.
And all that water is the radiator.
She's just a pinball now. Just hanging onto the wheel.
But nobody else pays attention.
Exactly.
You saw him drop the window net? No. But okay.
Shouldn't be.
That 38 car is...
He's had his hands full.
Yes, he has. He really has had a lot of work to do tonight. Into the medical vehicle for the mandatory ride to the care center. And a disappointing end to his Daytona night. 89 laps to go. Be 10 or less when we go back to green. It will be a single file restart here. The NASCAR Busch Series under caution at Daytona. Martin Truex Jr. leads. NASCAR Busch Series racing from Daytona on TNT.
We are under caution. The 6th caution of the night has taken place at Kentucky Speedway. And what had happened is actually Marcus Ambrose and the 50 of Michel Jourdain got into a little bit of a, I guess, bumping match as they came out of 4. Michel Jourdain ended up in the infield. Didn't look like a lot of damage to either truck, though.
No, it sure didn't. But what a tremendous break for Johnny Benson and Brendan Gaughan. And there's some other trucks. Mike Skinner gets back on the lead lap. Rick Crawford stays on the lead lap. We're only showing right now 7 trucks on the lead lap. Well, that will be 8 when we give our lucky dog to David Reagan.
We talked about that.
Problems with the 50 of Michel Jourdain Jr. The caution has come out. It's the 4th one of the night.
A tough break for Michel Jourdain. He ran his first Truck Series race back at Texas earlier this year. Had a good top 15 finish. He was running up in the top 15 and made a little contact.
Great break from Mike Skinner and some of these guys have stayed up, though. They needed to get this break to get on pit road.
Replay got a little loose and got into the inside wall.
Made some contact with the inside wall. He brought his truck down pit road. They did not make any contact with the outside wall.
You see how hard he was turning to the right, but still couldn't get that truck to straighten out. These high banks are sending him down the track.
Well,
see, that's Todd right there on the inside. We got trouble.
Problem in
turn 4.
Willie Allen's involved in this one. The 59 of Chad Chaffin also. Looks like Damon Lusk in the 25 is around.
So far, it looks like our championship contenders have gotten through this. They should have both been in front of this accident.
And that's why Todd didn't want to follow the rear. There's no way to get back there. These are the kind of things that happen. So that's why he's kind of pushing it to get up near the front. Safer up there.
There's Damon Lusk right there, the Red Rocks Dodge. See if we can take a look back at what caused this. We're over in turn number 4. You see the 59. He's moving up the racetrack. He makes contact with the 87 of Willie Allen. The 25 of Damon Lusk has nowhere to go. Michel Jourdain in the 50 runs into the back of the 25 of Damon Lusk. Tough break for Jim Harris and his Harris Trucking Toyota.
Homestead Miami Speedway, the site of the final race of the season, and our first accident has taken place before we crown our champion.
Can't find the right socket? Toss that old socket set. Get the new R-Square Rapid Wrench from Crescent. It fits perfectly every time, even on metric sizes. The R-Square Rapid Wrench works on anything that turns. Eye bolts, wing nuts, cup hooks, and more. Flip the reversing switch to undo fasteners just as quickly. And here's another new Crescent product, the Rapid Slide Quick Adjusting Wrench. The new R-Square Rapid Wrench and Rapid Slide from Cooper Hand Tools, makers of the original Crescent brand adjustable wrench.
Beautiful evening for racing at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're under our first caution, and the reason being 3 trucks got involved.
There's one of them right there, the 25 of Damon Lusk. Watch the 59. That's Chad Cheffin right in the middle of your screen. He's going to slide up the racetrack. He lost that front end, DW, made some contact with Willie Allen, and then Chad could not control that truck when it turned back hard to the right, head on into the wall.
Yeah, it looked like he got just had the air off the nose, couldn't get the nose planted. The front end took off and right into the side of the 87 truck. And then, as you said, Phil, at 59 went hard into the outside wall.
Thank goodness for these safer barriers.
Right along with Terry Cook, what he saw
was right in front of him. He sees that accident right there taking place. He's going to go drive right to the apron to give those guys a bunch of room up there. Good heads-up move by Terry Cook.
Chad Chaffin, Willie Allen, and Damon Luss, the three trucks that had damage after this accident, will be back for the restart. Homestead. High above the Homestead Miami speed
firewall.
Oh,
I'll tell you about it.
It tears a car all to pieces.
Well, and here's Michel Jourdain. Just prior, he is trying to miss Jason Leffler, who had climbed the curb and comes back out just about where he was. So no harm, no foul there.
Scared them worse than it did him.
A lot of road race courses have used tire walls for a long, long time. Two in the grass, two in the pavement.
Back in 22nd spot.
Whoa, 2-liter spin.
No, it's Jourdain. Yeah, Jourdain and Kyle Busch.
Racing for the lead. The caution is out.
Andretti spins.
It may be more because it's smoke. You can't see.
Boyer spins.
Kyle got going. Kyle Busch did. I don't think he lost very many spots.
And I think when it was all said and done and the smoke had cleared, Denny Hamlin in the 20 car possibly had the lead of the race as he made it through the smoke.
That was a move right there, is what I would call beating yourself, because that 5 car was definitely fast enough to win this race. I know he got going again, but he lost several spots. Plus, he gave it up to 2 good cars there, the 20 car of Hamlin and the 9 car of Sid.
You know, that looked a lot like the incident in yesterday's Grand Am race, where 2 drivers battling for position got together in the same place and ended up in the fence.
But you're right. As we look at his crew chief, Chad Walter, Kyle Busch's crew chief, he knew he had much fresher tires than Jourdain did in the 15 car. It was only going to be a matter of time.
Whoa, young man. Whoa, slow. Take your time.
Now, NASCAR will take the moment of caution and go back to where each car was at the last time it passed a scoring loop.
He's all the way down. Kyle Busch is all the way down in the 5 car in the entrance to pit lane. So he's on the very bottom. There just wasn't enough room there.
He grabs a gear and goes.
Fortunately for him, he spun all the way around. So he spins it all the way around. They were 4 enough ahead of the rest of the pack.
Boy, Boris said in the 9 just barely gets by.
The smoke cleared just in the nick of time.
Ron Fellows looking back. There's Boyer going around after contact with the McDonald's car.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
We don't race to the caution. Actually, the positions are decided before the caution actually waves, based on where you're running at the moment. The loop you passed before the caution comes out.
Well, based on where we're running at the moment, I don't think spinning out the 15 car was a good idea. I know he didn't do it on purpose.
You mean where we are at the moment being Mexico City?
Yes.
Michel Jourdain is okay. You're right, Larry. That's a tough way to lose the lead. It's hard to tell from the camera angle. Was he squeezing Kyle Busch down the racetrack, or could Busch have had enough room for his race car? Didn't appear there was much room left there.
And we talked about it at the top of the show. That part of the racetrack, it's like running into a funnel almost. It just gets narrower and narrower coming off that corner.
The end of the day for Michel Jourdain, 27 laps too soon.
Here's the team.
Car went back and had a look at the running order on the last scoring loop. There are several around this road course. The last loop passed by each driver. We'll give you that in a second. Here's our Allstate's Good Hands driver. Allstate, official insurance partner of NASCAR. After this contact, Kyle Busch needed some good hands to spin that car back the right way around and get going. But watch Boris Said. He's the man with the hands as he threads his way through here and just misses Kyle Busch.
Now, Kyle Busch is not in terrible shape. He's what is he, 6th there, Larry? But he didn't.
Hi, I'm Michel Jourdain, Jr. We're here in Mexico City. This is my hometown. We're in downtown Mexico City. It's called Zócalo, like the square right downtown. This is a monument for the revolution. It started in 1910. As you can see, there's some of Mexico's presidents are buried here. One of my favorite monuments in Mexico City. It's called Angel of Independence, Ángel de la Independencia. Okay, guys, after a day in Mexico City, doing some sightseeing. Now we're here for the most important part of the day, food. This is my favorite thing in Mexico, mole. Now, when you come to Mexico City, I promise you, you'll have the best Mexican food. Bye-bye.
31-year-old Michel Jourdain Jr., one of the charismatic drivers from here in Mexico, and a former two-time winner in Champ Car competition. Won 2 events in 2003 where he finished 3rd in the points. His best NASCAR finish did not come on a road course, surprisingly. He finished 10th in a NASCAR Nationwide Series race 2 years ago at Atlanta. So he would like to be able to run more ovals. There's the 32 car of Michel Jourdain Jr. that's currently sitting in 16th position. Well, another international driver had his share of troubles earlier today, and that's Marcus Ambrose. Let's find out what's going on with Brown, Pruitt, Boyer, Carpentier, and Said as they head back to the green flag. Little pushing and shoving back there. Jason Leffler and Steve Wallace, a little fender bumping. They were 2 and 3 and 4 wide trying to get position.
It looks like Michel Jourdain's car got the front end cave. It is on the right-hand side of your screen right here. A lot of damage on this restart. Looks like he just didn't get going, or somebody didn't get going in front of him.
Now, you got to believe he's having a terrible time being able to see it all with that hood buckled up there and smoke billowing out of the car.
A lot of fluid coming out from the bottom of that car, too. We're hoping that's not oil. A 59 car gets off, causes a lot of dust there. Somebody in the front didn't go. Looked like Michel Jourdain got in the back of another car. Definitely got a broken oil cooler and or radiator, Rusty.
Ray, it looks like one of the biggest problems was there was just no vision. These guys couldn't see anything. Look at this.
Jason Leffler's onboard camera.
You see at this point, Jourdain is just tore up big time. Caution flags on a speedway for this. Looks like maybe if the radiator's knocked out of it, Ray, it's hard for me to believe it's not, because it's caved in so far.
Caution flag now waving again, and you got to wonder, we still have 41 laps to go. The window you were calculating for fuel is somewhere around what?
Well, around this here, I think you're going to see some guys pit. You know, certainly the guys that have just taken tires can come in and get a gas and go and get up to the front. But I think you're going to see some guys chance it, roll the dice on the caution, come in and get fuel.
Well, I agree with you, Ray. I mean, with all these caution flags, these things are just flat making fuel. I mean, the guy's trying to go for it. I really think the 29 car, Scott Wimmer's going to try it. He came in right when we were talking about what he should be able to get done, how many laps he should be able to run with caution flags. He's getting his caution flags right now.
Remember our leader, Kyle Busch, last pitted on lap 14. There's Fernandez and others who pitted as early as lap 10. What will they do? Remember, they'll have to follow the caution car all the way around for the pits to open for them to be able to make that pit stop. We'll take a break.